Sometimes in life, you're not always given a second chance, but if you do, take advantage of it, and go out with a bang. Across our country, social enterprise partnerships between the public and private sectors are providing millions of Americans, young and old, a second chance. My whole story is just about me having a second chance. There are times when you should never give a cheater a second chance, but there also are exceptions. I live in a constant state of gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation for the second chance I was given, so any time in any film, when that is given to someone, I always appreciate it. If children who commit crimes are not given the opportunity of a second chance, they may die in prison for acts made before having developed the cognitive and emotional skills needed to make informed and smart decisions and choices. I don't know why I survived Iraq and I don't know why I made it home, but I do know that this is my second chance at life and I can do whatever I want now. I'm not called Seve Ballesteros, I'm called Seve Mulligan because I've had the luck to be given a mulligan, which in golf is a second chance. There's nothing as exciting as a comeback, seeing someone with dreams, watching them fail, and then getting a second chance. All discarded lovers should be given a second chance, but with somebody else. I was accepting of the fact that I probably won't ever race in it again. I'm thankful that I did get that second chance and I was able to do good things through it. I signed schoolboy forms for Watford when I was 12, but then my parents got divorced, and I never kicked a ball for 3 years. I rebelled, I left home, but getting back into football sorted me out. It was the second chance I needed. It's not every day in your life that you're offered a second chance and you've got to take it. God has given me a second chance and I'm not going to waste it. The big thing in Ghana is a strong sense that if you failed in your education that was it. There was no system to give you support later on, there really wasn't much of a second chance, so there was a big emphasis in, this is your life chance and you have got to take it. Lance Armstrong, the famous cyclist and more importantly, cancer survivor, has said, if you ever get a second chance for something, you've got to go all the way. You don't have the judgment after you've had the drink. If something truly catastrophic had happened that evening, I don't know how I could have lived with myself. I feel like I've gotten a second chance. In Japan, usually, once you become prime minister, you do not have a second chance. I mean, we all need a second chance sometimes. I believe in giving people a second chance. People do make mistakes and I think they should be punished, but they should be forgiven and given the opportunity for a second chance. We are human beings. This is a land of immigrants, and most come here for opportunity, a second chance. I want the world to know that everybody deserves a second chance. I love musical theater because it's live. There is no auto-tune. There's no second chance. What you see is what you get. You have to be amazing every night. There are few things as powerful as the joy of someone who got a second chance and found their purpose. If you've seen The Shawshank Redemption and if you think Morgan Freeman's character should have died in prison, vote for the other person. And if you think, and you believe in redemption, and a second chance, you know, I'm your candidate. It is not about the money, it's the public service aspect. Absolutely, I think it has qualities of redemption. The city gets a second chance. I get a second chance. We all have big changes in our lives that are more or less a second chance. Having a second chance makes you want to work even harder. If somebody is gracious enough to give me a second chance, I won't need a third. I got this second chance at life, and I live it. I don't think everyone should get a second chance. If the UN gun ban treaty is ever signed and ratified into law, we may never get a second chance to save the Second Amendment. I am not surprised that they show no intention to follow in my footsteps, although if I had a second chance myself, I would certainly try to repeat my present career. I am a firm believer that you can make a mistake but that shouldn't define you. Everybody deserves a second chance. There are lots of things which I would love to tell him, but in some way, I also feel that I lost the person closest to me, and I got a second chance to live. So in a way I feel that I live for both of us. And I will do my best. Children are our second chance to have a great parent-child relationship. I always think about which blood drive was going on in Georgia that day when that husband or mom or school teacher rolled up their sleeve and actually gave me a second chance at life. It's the ultimate gift of life, and I'm the one who was on the other end. In life, there's second chances, but that doesn't mean everyone gets a second chance with your team. That's where your moral compass comes in. I was dying but suddenly had a second chance at living. I'm going to write a book, continue acting, continue motivational speaking, and just share with people who I am and what I've learned in my second chance of life and pass it on to people in their first chance of life. If I've been dating someone for, say, 5 months, and she cheats on me, I don't think it would be worth it. I'm not committed enough to the situation to give her a second chance. Everyone deserves a second chance. That's just the way I am. There's no second chance on stage, and I was trained to make the most of my first chance. I have a second chance on life. Across the nation, there are thousands of individuals serving life or life-equivalent sentences for crimes they committed as children. This means they will likely die in prison without a chance to prove to society they are worthy of a second chance. I am a firm believer that upon release, ex-offenders should be afforded a second chance to become productive citizens by providing rehabilitation and education that will help them join the workforce. I think my thing is I grew up in the ghetto, and I was able to get a second chance. That's what I'm trying to tell kids. Like everyone else in this world, I have had struggles. There's disappointment and obstacles in everybody's life. I feel like I was writing Second Chance, not just for myself, but also for the people who have struggled. Easter is very important to me. It's a second chance. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.